little explorers, come on and learn Islam today, as we teach you in this way. Little explorers, let's read, let's learn, let's have some fun. Little explorers, let's play, let's pray, we'll have some fun.
Look lovely up there now. Excellent. Right, sorry about that, kids. Well, I'm really happy that you could come and see me today. I'm going to introduce myself. I am Idris, and I am an explorer. And I've been on a very, very, very long journey, and I've just got back, and I thought I'd build my wonderful home. This is the den where I live, and it's a very, very cool place. And it's a place where I do a lot of experiments and a lot of learning. So I'm hoping that you guys out there can come and join me and help me to find out more about the life that we live and the earth that we live upon. And today, I'd like to introduce something very, very special, yeah? In fact, because it's such a special day and I've just finished building my home, I thought I'd share with you a model of my home, yeah? This is my house, yeah? And this is a model of it. If you look here, I've got my windows there, another window upstairs, although I don't really go upstairs much, and then my door to come in, which is just over there. Now, kids, it's a real pleasure to be able to share this with you because I love my home, and we should all love our homes because it's something which Allah has given us, and it's very important that we respect that we have shelter because there are many, many, many people out there who just don't have anywhere to live. So it's important that we work hard and we appreciate and look after that which Allah has given us. Now, you can see my house is made of wood and I've painted it in all different colours, all behind me there, look, to make it look very nice and very beautiful, yeah? But I would like to ask you a question. In fact, this model house is it's not a normal house. Oh, no. It's a very, very special, very important, wonderful, amazing, mysterious house. Why? Because it has a secret compartment. Now, inside the secret compartment, I will keep all the letters that I receive here in the den. So because today is the first day, I'm going to share with you a question that I think we should all need to know the answer to. So my question is, why is it so important to look after our homes? Why is that so important? Well, I'm going to show you why. We get to live in beautiful houses with electricity, with lots of warm heaters everywhere, nice big sofas, cookers that are made from metal and have electricity in them, whereas there are lots of people around the world who don't. So for an example, I'm going to show you where different people live around the world. So I think I'm going to start with a very, very cold place, yeah, called the Arctic. Now, in the Arctic, there are some people who live in something called an igloo, yeah? So this little item here is an igloo, yeah? And they live in the Arctic. And the Arctic is way up north, all the way to the top of the earth, yeah? So let's stick it up there, yeah? So there are people in the Arctic who live in igloos. Now, we have also other places where people get to live in really big, giant castles made of solid brick. Yeah? And those places are in Europe. Yeah? And Europe is also near the top of the world. Yeah? So we're going to put the castle there, right there near the Queen's house in England. Yeah? There we go. Next one. This house is very, very simple, very, very cheap to make. And it's actually quite handy. It is a mud hut, and people live in mud huts in Africa and in different places around the world. They're very easy to make, but they don't provide the warmth that other houses do, yeah? So we're going to put that one in Africa there, look, there we go. Now the next one that I'm going to share with you guys is a log cabin, which is kind of the same as the house that I live in. A log cabin is very warm and it's very cheap to make. It's just made from the trees which Allah provides to us, yeah? People live in log cabins all over the world, yeah? But some of the most important places and where people mostly live in log cabins is in a place called Canada, which is also in the north of the earth, yeah? Which is a very lovely place. The next one is a very high up building, yeah? And people live in these in different places around the world. And they are called tree houses, yeah? Not like the one in your garden, no. We're talking about people who live in the jungles, who build their homes in the trees, yeah? And their buildings are quite dangerous. You might fall off, can't be quite cold with the wind and the rain, you're high up. So we should really appreciate what we've been given by Allah. So I'm going to stick that one over here in the jungle of Thailand. There we go. Now, the last one, but definitely not the least, is a teepee. Now, the teepee is very, 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 very important because it's a simple yet very warm method. What people do is they make a little hole in the top, and sometimes they have small fires in there to keep the whole thing very, very warm. They've been used all over the world, but they're mostly used today in a place called Mongolia. Yeah. However, the original indigenous people, and indigenous means the people who were first from that area, were in America. The American Indian Apaches. So the teepee, I'm going to stick it in Mongolia, where it's still commonly used today. So there we go. Where's Mongolia? Ah, there it is. Right over there. Lovely. Excellent. So kids, those are some of the different homes that people live in around the world. So when you look around at what you've got, don't you feel happy about what Allah has given you? Jazakallah khair. We're going to stop for a quick break and learn a little bit about the Arabic of what we have been taught so far. So come back right after this. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum, little explorers. Welcome to Explore Arabic. My name is Ijaz and I'll be teaching you. We learn Arabic because it is the language of the Quran and the language that our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his family and his companions spoke, and the language in which his hadiths are written. This is what we call the Prophet's Sunnah. Okay, so just remember that Arabic is a language just like English or Urdu or Somali or any other language that we speak at home. Together in this program, we will learn the Arabic alphabet. We're also going to learn lots of things to say in Arabic as well, so it'll be lots and lots of fun, inshallah. Every language has its own alphabet, right? In school, you started with A, B, C. So we too are going to start with the Arabic alphabet a little bit at a time. The first letter is Alif. Let's say it together. Alif. Alif for Al-Islam, which is our religion because we are Muslims. Al-Islam. Alif for Adhan, which is what we hear in the masjid at prayer times, right? Adhan. Alif for Ummi, which means my mother. Ummi. Then comes the letter Ba. Let's say it together. Ba. Ba for Bismillah, which we say before starting anything like eating, entering our house or reading the Quran. Bismillah. Ba for Bayt, which means house. Bayt. Ba for Bahr, which means the sea. Bahr. The next letter is Ta. Let's say it together. Ta. Ta for Tawakkul, which means to put our full trust and hope in Allah. Tawakkul. Ta for Tamr, which means dates. This is what we open our fast with in Ramadan. Tamr. Ta for Tuffah, which means apple, the tasty fruit we all like. Tuffah. Well kids, that's all for today. Join me in the next episode where we will continue with the Arabic alphabet inshallah. Ma'as salama.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, children. Peace be upon you, the mercy and the blessings of Allah as well. Jazakallah khair. I hope you enjoyed that lovely little bit of Arabic there. And we say, oh Allah, allow us to remember it. Oh Allah, allow us to benefit from it. Oh Allah, allow us to teach others. We also say, Rabbi zidni ilma. We say, oh Allah, increase my knowledge. Now, children, thank you very much. I've got something really cool for you guys to get prepared for, inshallah. Because we're talking about homes. It's very important that when you enter anywhere, especially the masjid in your home, that you say, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Yeah, it's very important that we say, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Now, you may or may not know what Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim means, yeah? So I'm going to tell you. It means, in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, or the most merciful, the especially merciful. Yeah? This is a beautiful attribute of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So whenever we do something that's good, or whenever we're going to do anything at all, we should always start in the name of Allah. It's very important, children, yeah? So today I'm going to show you how you can make your very own little poster to help remind you about saying Bismillah whenever you come in the home, yeah? And they're really easy to make. All you're going to need, kids, right, is a lovely bit of card there. Look, I've brought with me a couple of different colours, yeah? But you can do it in any colour you want. And if you haven't got coloured paper, yeah, you can use plain white paper and you can just draw it and colour it in. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to be cutting out from here and sticking it onto the white paper. So you're also going to need a pair of scissors. Don't forget, children, it's very important that you ask mum and you ask dad or anyone who's a supervisor over you if you're allowed to use the scissors, and ask them to help you with any fiddly cutting. Now, all you're also going to need as well is a pencil, yeah, just to draw out the name of Allah. And all we're going to do is write Allah's name there. So, if you've got the time, quickly run off, kids, get yourself some coloured paper, a bit of plain paper, a pair of scissors, and of course you're definitely going to need some glue stick. Yeah, so kids, get yourself a bit of glue stick, some paper, a piece of white paper, and a pair of scissors and a pencil, and join me back after this very short break. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.